I'm going to go ahead and close this brush window. I'm going to click back on my body here. I want the stroke back at, actually I don't want any stroke, so I'm just going to turn it off for now. Alright, so make sure my stroke's active and I get the white circle with red. In the last tutorial we talked about fill color and stroke color, and you notice fill color is a single solid color. However, there's something over here in one of these panels called gradient. I want to make sure my fill is selected, and I'm going to click on this default black to white gradient. I'm going to click on that. Here's how gradient works. You can see this gradient slider right here. These are stops. There's one stop to the right, and you can see it's on the right side, and a stop to the left. I can change the colors of these stops, but before I do that, let's look at what these stops do. Right now, they're all the way to the left, all the way to the right. That means it's slowly, the gradient's changing from white to black over that whole length. If I were to move white way over to the right like this, you'll notice it's white, 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 and then that blend is a lot more sharp, right? It doesn't have as much time to blend. I don't use that very often. I'm usually more like this, but I just wanted to show you what that does. So right here, I can change the white. I can double click on it. And since this is a black and white gradient, we just pick that by default. The only options I have are black and white. However, there's an option bar right here. So I'm going to click on that, and you can do RGB, which gives you red, green, blue. And you can come up here. You can pick anything here, or I can come up here now and pick a green like that, or a red, or a blue, right? So maybe we got a blue to a black. I can come over here and I can double click on that guy. Options bar again, red, green, and blue. I can adjust the sliders here, or I can start color picking, okay? The other thing we have here is this is linear, which means it goes from left to right like a line. If we were to do this on a circular shape like this, right, and I'm going to pick that guy, might not want linear. I might or I might not have another option called radial, right, and that's going to do something cool like that, where it puts one of the colors in the circle in the center and the gradient slowly comes out. Why would you want to use gradients? Gradients add depth, okay? Gradients add depth and visual interest. So we got some gradients there. Maybe I wanted to click on the foot and I want to take that gradient. I can eyedrop just like I can another color, right? Take my selection tool, I can click on the other foot. I can eyedrop and I can do that. Let me click back on the body. Right now we have two stops. You can add by clicking additional stops. And each of these stops you can get really ugly and pull in some other colors. I don't know why you would, like that is seriously ugly. But I wanted to show you how it works. There might be reasons why you need to do it. Now, let's say I don't want them. I just click and drag them off. All right. Last thing with gradients is over here, gradient tool, G. There's a bar right here, okay, from left to right. And if I roll over it, you can see the blue tab stop and the black tab stop, right? I can do a couple different things here. I can drag from holding shift to keep it straight, from somewhere at the bottom up to the top, and I change the direction of it, right? Or I can drag from the top to the bottom and I can hold shift here and it drags it that way. I can also adjust how much blue, how much black. I can do it at a diagonal, so I can rotate like that, do it at a diagonal. I can add extra points like we did before. Oops. Extra point, click on the point to make it active, pick your other color, and you can do something like that. I can then drag it off. Lots of cool stuff there with gradients to add depth or to make this look metallic. So maybe I switch over, make this radial, and move our tab stops all the way to the right like that. And I double click. I have my sliders. Maybe I want to come somewhere in the black range, but I want it to be more of a gray. Let's see, probably easier here. And I can think of some metallic colors. If I get into kind of the gray range, I can adjust those, do some kind of like metallic robot looking thing. So that's gradients for you. Little bit tricky at first, but gradients really can enhance your artwork.